In this period in the world of those who deal with commercial emails, there is a hot topic causing numerous discussions and some concern. Starting from 2024, Google and Yahoo will enforce specific technical rules to ensure that emails sent to their mailboxes successfully reach their intended recipients. This signifies, in practical terms, that companies that fail to comply with these technical procedures will no longer be able to deliver emails to mailboxes managed by Google, Yahoo, but probably, indeed, certainly also by all other major email providers in the industry and across the globe. These rules only make mandatory technical procedures that until this point in time were simply strongly recommended. In fact, today a company that has ignored these technical procedures can still deliver a certain quantity of emails, a certain percentage of the emails it sends, and maybe doesn't even realize that it has a problem precisely because a part of the emails actually reaches their destination. From February 2024, it will no longer be like this. That is, emails will not arrive at all, so the problem will manifest itself very clearly. Let's see what are the main technical procedures that now become mandatory. In my view, there are three primary ones. Companies are required to implement an SPF policy. They are encouraged to adopt a KIM policy, and then they are advised to adopt an EMARC policy. Now let's examine them in detail individually. Implementing an SPF policy requires the company to initially determine which internal or external services are permitted to send emails on behalf of the company, i.e., the services through which the company's outgoing emails are authorized to be transmitted. And this list of suppliers, if they are external suppliers, as is frequently the case, must be made publicly available by publishing it in the Sender Policy Framework SPF record of the company domain. Instead, implementing a DKIM policy signifies that all outgoing emails originating from the organization need to be digitally signed by the service responsible for sending them, and the public key through which this signature can be verified must be entered into the KIM record of the corporate domain. Finally, with the DMARC policy, which is also a record of the company's domain, the company must provide clear and specific instructions to email providers, such as Outlook, Gmail, and others, regarding the appropriate actions to take with regards to emails that fail validation. This includes emails that have been received from services or providers not listed in the SPF record, or emails with a digital signature that does not correspond to the DKIM key published in the domain, among other similar scenarios. By implementing DMARC, the company can enhance email security and prevent unauthorized or fraudulent emails from reaching recipients' inboxes. In addition to these purely technical procedures, companies will also be obligated to ensure the content of the email by including the physical address of the company sending it, or alternatively, a method to identify and contact the company, as well as an unsubscribe link that allows users to indicate their preference of not receiving emails of that nature from the same company any longer. It is of utmost importance to note two things first and foremost: that these new rules apply not only to newsletters or email marketing, but apply to all emails that are sent by the company, including transactional emails such as order confirmations, password change requests, and so on, encompassing all types of emails in general and leaving no exceptions. The second important thing to note is that it is not about legal requirements, but something, in a certain sense, even more stringent, more important. Because if the emails do not comply with these rules, they no longer reach their destination. What actions must a company take at this juncture to ensure compliance with these new rules and expedite the process, considering that at the time I am recording this video, there are 2 months remaining until these rules are implemented? It basically has two roads. The first option is to create a dedicated internal technical structure. It is a rather complex process. I have written an entire book on this topic, however. Basically, it can be summarized in having a dedicated server for sending emails, hosted in a web farm, having the necessary software properly configured, and having specialized technical personnel who are knowledgeable and experienced in managing email systems. This is the initial solution. The alternative approach, on the other hand, is to make use of a smart host service, which refers to an external professional SMTP server, such as SendGrid or Mailgun, or even consider utilizing our services at TurboSMTP for reliable email delivery. So delegate this part entirely to an external supplier. In both cases, that is, whether you decide to create an internal infrastructure or whether you turn to an external service, the important thing is to do it and do it immediately, so as not to find yourself in an emergency situation later, because until now, even if these technical practices were not followed, one could expect that a certain part of the emails would still reach their destination. From 2024, it won't be like this. Emails won't arrive and we'll really find ourselves in an emergency. We must think about it now.